Hey, this is Allison.
And this is Nina.
And this is Chaotic Good, your anything but neutral reality TV podcast.
And Allison, can I just say, we are so back. This new season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I am so excited that we're going to be talking about Season 6, Episode 1 today.
Yes.
I'm feeling really excited about this season. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I know one of the many great things about this show is that, right, there's a lot of darkness. We've talked about that.
Yes.
There can be darkness in this show, and it does feel like, this might be like a fun season.
Oh.
I
got a different take
you got
from
a different take?
In my notes, I wrote bloodbath.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Because they're setting up for a witch hunt.
Oh, yes.
And so I think this starter was a sweet opening, but we are missing one special snowflake.
Yes,
and that is Lisa.
Yes.
And I feel like I'll get more into this later
yes,
while
we'll
we
get
recap,
more into it.
but
yes.
Lisa's going to have to build her army because Bronwyn's a coming. Okay?
Yeah.
So it might be a sweet and fun season. We'll see. But I also see Lisa losing her footing a bit and having to fight tooth and nail to claim her spot that I think she still rightfully deserves on the show.
I mean, and we'll get into it. Exactly. We've mentioned that she is not in this episode at all, but really, she's all over the episode.
Yes.
That's how much power this woman has. That she could just completely. She's not even doing any of the interviews.
No
like
talking head.
Nothing. This first episode, and people can't keep her name out of their mouths.
Nope.
That is a power I can only dream of having. when the girls are talking about, have you ever heard of a party where people are just talking about you? I'm just like, what? Oh my god, me? They're all talking about me. Oh my
they
god,
talk
yeah,
about what a sweetheart you are.
That is,
sweetheart
yes,
Nina.
Yes. That is who they talk about.
But with such great power comes great responsibility.
This is
so
true. And we need to see her come forward with that responsibility.
Yes. But anyway, before we start recapping, Nina, how has your week been?
Let's see. Well, if I'm going off our alignment charts,
yes,
I'm very much feeling this week is very kind of like our namesake, chaotic good. As we mentioned in a previous episode, I am very much girl about town, so I feel like I'm always like juggling a lot. Doing some pet sitting here, some just a trapeze show, why not? Seeing friends, dating. It's been a lot. I feel like I've been very busy, but it's all been very fun busy, including starting this podcast.
Yes,
has been a very exciting new thing in our lives, and it's felt like a lot going on, but exactly, it's all very much stuff that I'm excited about. So that's how I've been feeling. But how about you, Allison? How are you aligned?
I am aligned. I feel like I am being lawful good right now.
Ooh.
Because I feel like I just have a busy couple months ahead. I'm adding more things to my plate, like with this podcast. So I'm trying to cross all my T's, dot all my I's, get things done off of the to-do list. So I just feel like I'm being lawful good. One big to-do that we crossed off our list is we secured our flight tickets to India for later this year.
You heard that correct.
Yeah,
Allison and I are going to India.
Yeah, we're starting our Chaotic Good tour there. No, I kid. No, we're just going on a really great trip with an amazing travel company, and we've always wanted to go to India. And yes, we will be podcasting together from India.
Yes, we will.
So that is going to be a very chaotic good time, chaotic everything about it. So that'll be a really fun time. But anyway, I'm just trying to get all my ducks in a row, and just set myself up for success for the rest of the year.
And from seeing the behind the scenes on my end, you are doing that. You are very much. If anything, I feel like I've been all over the place, and you've been my guiding light.
Oh, you're so sweet,
so
Nina.
Hey, maybe we should do this, do that. I'm like, right. Yes, that thing we discussed doing. We should absolutely do that.
Okay. Okay, I am realizing I need to start recording a very specific screen on my computer so that you guys will be able to see it. So if you are watching this on YouTube, which is going to be a lot of fun, what a treat for you, I have been doing some diagramming, some screenshotting, and I will share my progress along the way as we recap, so that Nina and I, have some visual cues, but also that you guys have some visual cues to see, what the hell we're talking about.
Yes, a lot. The show, it packs a lot. It packs a lot in an episode, and it is a very visual show.
Yes.
There's a lot to see. There's a lot to look at in this series.
Yeah, well, without further ado, do you want to launch into our first recap that we've ever done? Because we did our amazing intro last week,
which some of y'all have been so sweet to tell us how you liked it. So thank you.
Yes, thank you for the support.
Thank you so much, friends and family.
Truly, yes.
So, our fans, the people that we know, thank you so much.
And as more of our, super, Real Housewives and Survivor super fans come find us. Anyway, everything's very exciting about this. But yeah, this is us navigating our first recap. So away we go. So we open on I always love the Salt Lake City openings. I was eagerly awaiting whatever this one was. I loved the one, in season 4 where they open up with all the biblical verses and stuff. I just thought that was so epic. I love it when they lean into them being scary, biblical verses people. But this time they went a little bit horror movie setup, Blair Witch Project.
Just in time for spooky season. And like you said, kind of like, maybe this overarching witch theme throughout the season.
So it opens up with Mary doing a voiceover, which was so sweet to hear her voice. I am not used to hearing her narrate. Usually Heather is the narrator for many an opening, so it was fun to see Mary. And she opens up with, true friendship unfolds over time, shaped by hardship, grace, and then these really sweet, home video recordings of them just enjoying a camping trip, it looks like.
Being very silly, cute. Yeah, it was really nice.
Shared memories, made safe with trust. And things are looking sweet, bucolic, almost like how you described how you thought this season was going to go. But then, if we go to the... Did that move for you?
I didn't, but it's
okay. We will figure it out.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, perfect.
Anyway, technical items. I'm Nina's tech guru. Anyway, so then it switches.
It does.
It goes dark. I think Heather's face goes red up in flames, and then it.
Yes, they love doing that. Yes.
Yeah, it pauses on Heather's face, and and she's like, ah! And then Mary's voice. But when trust is gone, fear takes over. And then I do not know what this is. They're walking on some railroad tracks all together. It's black and white. In my screenshot, I have the screenshot that's become my sleep demon, which is Meredith. Meredith's haunting spooky eyes just in the camera being like, you are not a safe space. And then during this, so it keeps going, fear takes over, blame points fingers, and friend turns against friend. And then it goes into a bunch of flash forwards. So you're getting little sprinkles of the season. So we see Bronwyn saying, don't say that about Todd. Don't speak about my family ever again. We see Meredith saying, I don't find you to be a safe space and you're a liar. Heather, don't gaslight me. I did nothing wrong, in a colonial wig.
I was going to say, the costumes, the outfits that we're seeing. I guess that's the fun part for me. I'm seeing, they are screaming at each other and saying these horrible things, but I'm telling you, every single time it cuts to exactly one of these flash forwards, they are wearing like the most
Yes.
outrageous costumes / outfits. Yeah, I love.
And then Whitney being like, she didn't stand up for you. Everybody talks about it, and I did not pile on. And so what I'm noticing is it's like everyone's talking to someone. Everyone's chiming in, but there's one person that you don't hear from at all in the intro. Because the final sentence of Mary's is, and that's how the witch hunt begins.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I think the witch hunt is Lisa Barlow.
Wow.
I
They're
wonder
coming for
if
ya.
in all of those moments, on all those flash forwards, when they're yelling at someone, they're yelling at Lisa.
Wow.
So that's my theory, is that if they have literally set up the season as it is a witch hunt against Lisa Barlow. And who will win?
And who will win? Because as horrendous as Lisa Barlow is, I completely agree. She is a fan favorite. Like, there's so many parts and scenes of this show and so many sayings that come from Lisa Barlow. Like, she is an integral part of this show.
Yeah,
so
she's an essential worker.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm always interested when it's like, is it... I sometimes get scared that it's sometimes a hindrance in these like Real Housewives shows when they do put like all the focus and all the blame on like one person. I mean, depending on the show, it's just like, okay, well, where is this gonna go exactly? If the witch hunt, okay, if they kill Lisa Barlow, if they get the witch, okay, then where do we
go from here?
Where do we go from here?
Well, I mean, Jen Shaw does get released from prison next year.
Yes.
So she could technically be on the next season if she gets invited back.
I mean,
her spirit was unearthed this episode.
It was unearthed
because they brought up her name, and Heather said,
did.
"Don't unearth the spirit. She's in prison where she belongs."
Where she belongs.
But
I'm like, if I were Heather, I'm not gonna lie, I would still be kind of scared to talk about Jen Shaw.
Yeah.
in TV and say stuff like that. I'm like, that is talk about a vengeful spirit. Like,
oh yeah. Oh yes. So I thought the opening was fun.
Oh, so fun. The whole like Blair Witch of it all was so fun.
Did you watch Blair Witch?
I did watch Blair Witch. Well, did you watch it?
Yes, and I thought it was real.
Oh, absolutely.
I thought it was real, and then when I'm like freaking out and the credits are rolling and it's saying like producer, lighting, it's like naming off all these people, and I'm like crying because I'm so scared. And my brother's like, obviously it's not real. Look at the credits. I'm like, I don't know what credits. Oh God, So no, it was a lot of fun watching that. So yeah, my overall feelings on this episode is that I feel like it sets us up in a great way, without our Lisa Barlow of it all, but setting up some like core relationships. I really look forward to next episode when we get a peek into their lives, into their kooky homes, into their kooky families. So it felt like wild that we got immediate flung into a casting trip, into a full cast trip. Turned out to be a cast trip of my nightmares.
Oof,
oh God.
Yeah.
Camping in the cold?
Camping
in the winter?
I was thinking about that, because I think about us, and while I wouldn't call us camp girlies, we are surrounded by them.
Oh yeah, we'll be sharing lots of camp stories today.
Yes. Yes.
Where we do it right and they do it wrong.
Exactly.
Because they did it wrong, and I'm blaming Angie.
Oh, 100%.
Because that
the person to blame is Angie.
Angie effed it up, and now I'm scared of going on RV trips, whereas before my husband has wanted to do an RV trip for a long time, and now I'm like, give me the itinerary. I need to do more than just check the website.
Well, you don't just want an invitation that says, what was it?
Bikinis, boots, and blessings. Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. We create spreadsheets before we go camping. It's like a whole process.
Yeah.
And anyway, now I know not to trust Angie with trips, and she's going to be planning the Greece one too. So I hope she redeems herself. Anyway, so going on to the opening image, they have new pictures.
They do.
So this is the opening image of all the snowflakes, all of our girls lined up. So they have had the same photos, and they've just been like kind of photoshopping new people in since season 1. And I was wondering when it was going to change, because people have had some physical transformations via hair color, plastic surgery. Heather has evolved into, another version of herself through Ozempic and probably other things. But no, everyone looks great.
Everyone looks really good. How do you feel about like the white dresses and the silver dresses?
I feel like they have illuminated Angie. Like she, not only is she center, but she is like center star, center like disco ball dress. And it's like almost everyone else's dress feels muted in comparison to her.
So exactly. That's
Which
what I was thinking.
like,
and especially the white dresses, Whitney, Lisa, and Meredith, those white dresses, it almost looks like Photoshop. Like they maybe were wearing silver, and somehow someone went in on Photoshop and just completely took any color or any sort of like texture that those dresses had, because it truly just looks like a blank space.
Yeah, I love Mary's updo. I've never seen her hair up like that, and she just looks so pretty.
So good. How do we feel about Whitney's new red hair?
So I know the context behind her red hair. Do you know it?
I don't.
Oh, okay. So her daughter, Bobby, I believe her name,
Queen.
We love her so much.
I think about Bobby all the time. I really talk about I send blessings her way.
So
all the time.
She wants and needs your blessings, because it sounds like she's a natural redhead. Yes, Bobby is gorgeous, beautiful natural redhead, and it sounds like she's actually getting picked on at school. I know, bullies.
Oh my god!
Actually getting bullied for hair that people would die to have.
I would
literally dye their hair to have.
I would DYE and I would DIE.
Yes.
To have that gorgeous red hair and like beautiful fur and. That is,
so she.
Also, I can't believe like 2025.
I know.
Still,
the kids are still bullying.
Oh my gosh,
I mean,
the kids,
what the hell?
If you can believe it, the kids still have no imagination.
I know, it's like
bullying. We can't think of something new.
Anyway, so Bobby's amazing, and Whitney, showing solidarity with her daughter, decided to dye her hair orange to match her daughter and be like, "I love your hair. I want to be just like you." So, so now I love it.
I love it too.
Yeah,
I think it's really fun.
Yes, and
really fun.
I really like Whitney this episode.
I like her too.
So I
really like her. Yeah, she's winning me over here.
Yeah,
even with an MLM looming in the background.
Hey, but it failed.
It failed. So exactly. So she didn't.
So R.I.P. R.I.P. Also, like, her husband has worked for MLMs his whole life. They were like co-workers having an affair at an MLM company. It's like all they know. It's all they know. It's the only business model they're aware of. So, anyway, so yeah, this is their new picture. I was just excited because I was like, I'm ready for new dresses. I'm ready for new looks.
And you were talking about this with exactly Angie, like being like center stage and actually truly being the center. Because I believe in the past, has it always been Heather? Or was last season?
Oh goodness, Angie.
Like Lisa.
Oh, okay. Maybe for next week, that's a little research I'm going to do. Yeah. But Heather was center snowflake for a long time, but I think last season Angie was also center snowflake, because I think I remember hearing people be like, "Oh, Heather's not center anymore."
You're right. And then her being right next to Andy on the couch.
Yes.
That was like a double.
And then Angie also hosted this really poorly planned cast trip, this time hosting the Greece one. Also, she was on Watch What Happens Live.
Yes.
So it's Angie's year. So go Angie. So we open the season with Angie rolling up with an RV to Mary's house. There's like this like funny like suspenseful music. It's like doom boom ba doom boom boom ha doom boom ba doom boom boom. So anyway, just a little suspenseful moment. What is this? Oh my gosh, it's an RV coming. It says Camping World across the front. I'm like, F yeah. Are we going camping? Because before I saw what happened to the camping later in this episode, I was very excited about camping because I love camping with my girlfriends. That is like an
Same.
ultimate girls trip for us. Every summer we go camping in Cumberland Island. We'll talk more about that as it goes. But anyway, I was very excited to see this RV and no other than Angie driving it.
Adorable. Wearing a suit that you would wear to like your office job.
Yes. No, when Mary was like, "Why are you dressed for the office?"
Exactly.
And she's like, I think Salt Lake City looks just like winter perfection.
It really does. I love that they like. I mean, they know what we want. We want to see these girlies like in the snow.
Yeah, I feel like usually their seasons start pretty deep into winter. And then it almost thaws out and becomes spring as the seasons go on. So I love always the beginning parts of the season where they have like big chunky fluffy snowfalls and blizzards and snow. And so, yeah, and we pull up on Mary's house. Mary's house looks amazing. And she comes out with all her bags and her cousin.
Yes, the cousin that works for her. I was trying to remember what was that whole, like, explanation that Mary did a couple of seasons back.
I think, oh gosh, I should have remembered her name because I love her and I love that she's still at the house. But she is Mary's cousin, and I think in season 1, Mary was like, "Oh yeah, she's my cousin, and she works for me, and I don't know who she is, and I don't know anything about her personal life. But yeah, she helps around the house. She's our housekeeper, and she's been with us for about 17 or 18 years." And I'm like, you employ your family member as pretty much a servant to you, and you don't know anything about her?
Nothing.
And she literally, you know, I consider Mary in some ways to be a lonely person based on how they portray her in her home and with some of her family situations. So I'm almost like giving comfort by the fact that she has her own cousin with her day by day, just helping and supporting her. But supposedly Mary doesn't know anything about her. But she's still there, still helping out Mary. Mary gets onto the RV and says Angie looks like she's going to the office. I mean, do these women dress like in normal camping clothes? No.
No, of course not. Even if they knew. Yes, we know this. Even if they knew they were going camping, they would, of course, like, still be dressing outrageous.
Dressed to the nines.
But also what I was thinking, because when we saw in that invitation, or maybe it's like Angie, like she keeps saying this is like Angie and Mary's trip.
Yes. So as Mary gets on, she's like, "Oh, I'm so excited to be hosting this trip with you." And I'm like, how is Mary hosting the trip? Is it just because she's getting picked up?
Exactly. Literally.
But I mean,
because from the looks of it, she also has no idea what's going on. Not really. Like,
I mean,
she knows about the RV, but
this is kind of a genius way to force her on a trip, being like, "Oh, we're hosting it," because usually we cannot get Mary on the transportation.
I am so curious. Exactly, like how I wonder how much Mary gets paid. It's just. So, like, Mary was in, like, the early seasons, and then she left for a season, and then comes back.
Came back as a friend of. Then
that's right. And it was
her full snowflake back.
Since and especially in, like, that last, like, reunion, she just seems very, like, oh gosh, what am I trying to say? Not necessarily in her place, but she seems very, like, more, like, demure, very much, like, I feel like in the past it was very much, you know, a Mary that we love just being like, what the heck is this? I'm not doing this. I don't care, yada, yada. I'm like, okay. And now she's very much like following the rules. Very like, "Hi, Andy. How are you doing?" Oh, "I'm doing good." Very much like trying to appease him. Like, I just think it's very obvious. So I'm like, girl, what happened? What's going on here? Do you not get that?
Yes, I get that sense too. And like, I am also wondering that, yeah, it's like, it's paying, there is, so I've been doing some deep dives on lawsuits and stuff. So there is and this is like total like speculation about why she might be like more actively participating in this job. So the very bare bones of this lawsuit is essentially this woman who was several people that were handling the finances of their church. Mary Cosby and her husband are alleging that they mismanaged the finances, stole millions, embezzled, frauded, all of that, and so they're taking them to court. It looks like it's going to be quite a litigation. It's lots of money around it, and it just makes me wonder, like, maybe they're just like, maybe the family is not on like this, like, Anyway, Mary needs a job,
She needs a
possibly.
job.
Maybe she needs to be working. So
Yeah.
also I feel like because she has that friend in Angie, she has that support, she can just relax a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, I'm just happy that I'm hoping we're just getting the most authentic, present, engaged Mary, because that's how I want her. So I really enjoyed her this episode.
Yeah.
So they get on the RV and they meet Teague, who is going to be driving the RV at some point. He's wearing a very cute green velvet jacket and a hat that like says Utah across the front. Utah. I'm like, okay.
In case you forgot for a second where this takes place, we're in Utah.
So the reason Angie explains why she has this RV with her is because 3 years ago, she's like, if you look at my dress, you'd never think I'd have an RV, but Sean, my husband, forced us to get an RV 3 years ago, and we've loved it ever since. And I'm just going to tell you, all the adorable screenshots of her family, of all their RV members, all their RV memories in the summer. In the summer,
they're wearing shorts,
tank tops,
sandals, like
big
what are we
smiles,
doing?
sunshine. What a
I
concept!
bet they have a great time. Oh, I bet they have a great time in Utah in the summer and the spring. Yeah, I bet.
But
what is this?
What winter?
Winter.
What the hey? So we are gonna get this cast trip underway, because this is when you realize in the episode, oh, this is literally just going to be a cast trip immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So we then land to Beauty Lab and Laser parking lot.
Yes. Where, let's see, we've got Whitney, Brittany, Heather, Meredith, and Bronwyn are all waiting together outside Beauty Lab. And yeah, none of them have any idea of what's going on. They bring up the invitation that we brought up a little earlier, which is just the most clip art elementary school. And I'm like, you couldn't get a paperless? You couldn't get a little... what is this?
Based off of the invitation.
Did Electra make this invitation? Angie's daughter.
That'd be sweet. No, definitely is giving tropical private plane, luxury vacation. And yeah, so they don't know where they're going. And yeah, I just feel like them being in the Beauty Lab and Laser parking lot, I feel like I'm entering, Hogwarts. It's like you're entering, you're back on set. It's like, yep, yes. I know the Beauty Lab and Laser parking lot. It's where they've started trips before. It's where Jen Shaw almost got arrested on camera. So while they're all standing around, they're like, okay, so Angie and Mary's gonna pick us up. Where's Lisa? And that's when Meredith announces that Lisa will not be joining us. Yeah,
which was, again, like nobody else knew about. They keep it vague at the moment for like why Lisa isn't there. And then, I'm looking at the photo. So when he says this sign.
So the moment that Meredith is like, Lisa's not joining us, Whitney just pauses and then throws up this like backwards peace sign, like this like flippant, like whatever, like I knew this, like of course she did that, like somehow that maybe foiled a plan of hers or something, like Lisa's doing bigger plotting and planning by not coming, like it's a statement that she's not coming.
That's so true. Whitney had like something in that big brown bag of hers that she was gonna bring out or like say something to Lisa. She was exactly. She wanted to have her like scroll moment, like Angie did. I
very possibly.
Also, episode 1 of the previous season.
Yeah, because I'm sure these women are like, putting together their own scripts, their own monologues together, and now Lisa's not even coming, so you might have to switch it up. So that is when Heather takes the opportunity to explain the dynamics of the season. So if you're watching along on YouTube, you'll see that I have done diagramming of how the teams are shaking out. So Meredith is versus Brittany. Meredith can't stand. That's my brain just says Brittany.
Brittany, yes.
I don't say Brittany. I say Brittany. Brittany. It's Brittany. So I'm gonna just call her Brittany. And I don't know if that's ever going to change. So if that annoys you,
but that's who we're talking about.
Just get with it. Anyway, so Meredith can't stand Brittany. And then Mary is kind of a question mark. You know that she's close with Angie. And then essentially there's two camps forming. Yes. It is Whitney, Angie, and especially Bronwyn are all against Lisa. And then Lisa's army is Heather and Meredith and Brittany. So it's kind of these two camps. And I would say, if anything, Mary leans closer to the anti-Lisa camp, but it's interesting to see the laying out of the season. When I was like drawing on my red lines mean bad, my green lines mean good, and there's not a lot of green lines because something I'm curious about is, okay, I know Bronwyn is anti-Lisa, especially after the reunion with the really honestly gross miscarriage story that just put me in such a sour taste with Lisa. And whatever vendetta Bronwyn has against her, I get it, because it wasn't on the main season, but it was on the after show. Lisa says that Gwen, Bronwyn's daughter, her grandparents claim that Bronwyn had a miscarriage and they didn't know that Gwen existed.
And that's why they haven't talked to their granddaughter or have any contact with her in, I guess, now 18 years of her being alive.
Yeah, and I would just say, ever talking about a miscarriage that's not your own, don't do it. Don't do it if there's a camera on you. Don't do it if you're just talking to a friend. That is just not your story to tell. And then to double down, and it's a story about possibly faking it, possibly lying about it. It's just that the fact that Bronwyn got so upset, and it seems like almost hates Lisa at this point. I'm like, girl, I understand that. That is really bad. And I feel like Lisa at the reunion had the opportunity to make it right.
So many opportunities. And people were spelling it out for her. They were like, Lisa, she literally just wants you to say, I'm sorry, I should have never.
And then, of course, Lisa's apology is I'm sorry that I fuck up all the time. Exactly. I'm sorry that I'm just messing up.
This is just a bad situation. This is just a bad situation for everybody.
I'm sad for everybody. I'm like, you spoke out of turn. There is no version of you talking on that kind of topic where it's okay. So anyway, Bronwyn is against Lisa, but I'm kind of curious, how close is Bronwyn with Angie? How close is Bronwyn with Whitney? I'm kind of wondering, so is she really close with these other women on the cast, or is it kind of just social friendships? Anyway, that's one thing I'm curious about.
Because so far we really haven't, I want to say even in the previous season, we really haven't seen a strong connection with those three, Whitney, Bronwyn, and Angie. But I gotta say, nothing brings people closer together than having a common enemy. So we will see exactly how the season shakes out. Throughout the season, I'm going to be updating these diagrams of how the teams are going, because it helps me visualize it, because sometimes I have a hard sense of who's really out on their own, who's got their soldiers with them. I feel like in general Brittany is on her own, because even though she says Lisa is her sister, they're BFFs. Oh my God.
Everybody's rolling her eyes at her. But I really enjoy Brittany this episode, though. So I'm rooting for her, because when she opens her mouth, I'm listening. I'm lasered in. I'm like, what is she about to say?
Exactly.
Because it's going to be wild.
It's going to be wild.
So before they head on to the RV. So anyway, rewind. Angie and Mary then enter the parking lot with the RV.
With the RV that Angie's driving, which I can't imagine would actually be a wild sight, because Angie seems like teeny tiny Polly Pocket to me.
Yes.
So I'm imagining when people put their babies or little kids holding the steering wheel to take a photo or whatever. That is what I'm picturing. I'm picturing Angie's hands it's like she's holding a hula hoop. I'm picturing the steering wheel looks like a hula hoop in front of her.
So this is when they realize it is not a luxury getaway. It is an RV camping trip. And that's when Brittany goes, what? I thought we were going to get on a plane. we don't need our bikinis. And then she opens up her trench coat, and there she is wearing a bikini.
She is wearing a bikini, people. It is snowing outside. Yeah, she's wearing, it looks like, a fur-lined trench coat. She opens it up, and it's a full-on black bikini under there. Like, girl, if it was... How are you gonna go through TSA through that? Well, I guess private.
I mean, I think you
private planes, but I'm like, so you were just gonna take your coat just like off on the plane and just be in your bikini, just like ready to go.
Yeah,
anyway. And she showed it. Yeah.
She looked great, honestly. So I was for it. And so, Angie gets off. She calls it the Class A Getaway is the RV name. And they all start boarding the bus. They immediately open the tequila. Not Vita tequila.
Not Vita tequila, Lisa Barlow's brand. Yeah.
I bet it's Casamigos or something because they've talked about Casamigos before. They start pouring out a shot. And then in the background, you see some movement. And Whitney's like, oh, what's that? And we see some SWAT team people start showing up in the background.
And surrounding the RV.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're a fan of the show, I think we all collectively felt the PTSD.
Yes, I immediately started screaming like, "Oh my God, the SWAT's there!" And in my head, I was like, "I know it's a joke, but I'm just freaking out."
I'm like, this is not real. This is not happening. I know it in my heart, but it is that like visceral reaction that we just like have in our bones now.
Yes.
Not that we've experienced true crime and like arrests happening like before us on TV. It really is just like, oh, anything goes actually. Like, is this probably not happening? Yeah, of course. But we didn't think it was happening last time, and it did happen.
It was, because Heather actually thought it was a joke. She was like, "Oh, did someone hire a stripper? That's so funny." And it was actually NYPD, Homeland Security, FBI, all of them, very real, very there.
Very real.
So a man approaches the RV and he says he's looking for Whitney Rose, and Whitney Rose steps out and he puts a handcuff on her wrist and he said, "You've been a very bad girl."
Ooh.
And then he puts his hand on her belly and they start gyrating, dancing, and we know it's strippers at this point, which is just great.
It was just so silly. And then she's like, "Oh, I've been bad, who's been really bad? My girl's inside. Get in there." And so, and it's like a ton of strippers actually.
A ton of boys. And I'm kind of wondering, like, Whitney mentioned that it's hard to find male strippers. I also wonder if it's just some like friend of hers that had a couple guy friends.
Honestly,
and they just showed up.
Exactly what it looked like. Because I'm looking at these dance moves, these quote unquote dance moves.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they're doing a little bit of it. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we're doing like the worm, but like up here, like not on the floor. It was a lot of like.
I didn't see baby oil. They didn't look greased up.
I didn't see, like Mary said, I don't see muscles.
Mary was like,
Mary, God-fearing woman.
I was like, oof. Mary wanted to see a little bit more. Mm-hmm. She was like, take off that shirt and show me something.
Yeah, actually show me something. And as if like, but I guess it doesn't really matter how much they were trying to show off their dance moves because it looked so packed in that RV.
I know. I was like,
it truly looks like they were just standing there for most of it.
And it did make me think, like, you need to start a girl trip with bang like this. I just love that touch. You're like pouring a little shot. You're getting it going. And Angie also mentions that that the boys look young enough that she could throw them over her shoulder and burp them. So that feels kind of weird to her.
It feels kind of strange. It's kind of weird.
So then they hit the road to their mysterious destination in their RV. This is when Angie says that they are driving 1 hour away.
Oh, I love this. Okay, this is one of my favorite conversations. So it's like, oh yeah, we're driving like 1 hour from here, and Heather says, okay, north, south. Our Girl Scout Heather.
Yeah.
Says,
Yes.
Okay, north, south, east, west, where? Because of course, like in her mind, she's like, I know the map of Utah like the back of my hand. I know exactly where we're going. If you can just tell me the direction, latitude, longitude, I got it. And Angie just says, oh, it's like an hour south. And so Brittany then says, oh, so we're going to be passing my house. And then Mary says, oh, great, we can drop you off.
Booping!
Kidding. We're friends. We're having a joke. Oh my God. That's Mary right there.
I was like, and Brittany's like, I don't appreciate it when you're rude, Mary. She's like, I was kidding.
I was kidding. Oh my God.
I was kidding. No, fun fact about my family. My aunt, if you ask her at any moment, what direction are we facing, or what direction is that? What she's like, north, south, east, west. She just like knows it in her bones. Not a fellow Midwestern, so it's probably a Midwestern skill. So when they are, settled, they've got their big soda Slurpees, they've got their Twizzlers, they got their snacks out, they're all, in the RV. Then the question continues. The question continues of the episode, where's Lisa? Mm-hmm. And this is when Angie is kind of vague, like, oh, it sounds like she has a work thing. She's busy. And then we get a cut to of her phone call with Lisa that happened like 5 days prior, and that is the only time we see Lisa the whole episode. And she says, I don't want to spend the night with Bronwyn.
Yeah, Angie was keeping it pretty vague with the girls, but then Lisa's fully like, I don't want to spend time with Bronwyn. She's a psycho. She's psychotic.
She's a pathological liar. She can't tell the truth to save her life. It's disgusting. And then she goes into this work thing.
Yeah, and anyway, I'm busy. I have a full life. I keep it private, so that's why
really
you
keep your full busy life private. Like, come on. I think the ladies of the last season being like, we don't know anything about you. I feel like that's like her like flipping the script and being like, oh, I'm just private, like quiet luxury. You don't need to know everything about me. I'm keeping things close to the chest. I'm like, no. What they're saying is you come off as fake. You come off as shallow. That's what they're referencing there. No, we know plenty.
We know plenty about
of what you're up to. And then she's like, I'm going to go hang out with Ben and Blake.
Yeah, I don't want to drop any names. I don't want to drop any names or anything, but I'm going to be with Ben and Blake. Okay, girl.
I'm like, with, like, in the same room?
Exactly.
Like, in the same city? Like, what?
The same event? Like, what are we... And then, it's like, I'm going to be with Ben, in case we didn't get it. She's like, I'm going to be with Ben Affleck, and you'll have Bronwyn.
And I honestly, I've never hung out with Ben Affleck before. I haven't seen Ben Affleck in a reality TV show. I actually don't know if he would be that interesting or not. Mm-hmm. I'd much rather spend some time with Bronwyn. I've already gotten to know her. So, but not on this RV trip, because now I'm kind of like, Lisa... Because later, Heather says that it's like a statement to not go on a girls' trip, and we would have rearranged our schedules for her. And it's her saying like, I'm not obsessed with you guys as obsessed you are with me. And I'm like, yeah, but she also just missed out on camping in the cold 1 hour south of town. So
exactly, I know, but I was so. We really were robbed of watching Lisa trying to order Taco Bell or like Domino's from the campsite. I think we were really robbed of that. And for that, I will not forgive her.
To her, like on the phone with John, like, John.
I'm in the middle of the woods. Come get me.
We're in an RV park. I can't get a hold of like my 6 assistants and my 6 lawyers. Yeah. So anyway, I did actually.
I was kayaking and I lost my ring.
Oh God, the kayaking. We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there. I know. I'm gonna keep.
Because you, no, for me, no. I would not.
There's a lot of no that was going on in this camping trip.
So Angie does allude that it might also be because Bronwyn's joining us, and so Whitney's like, I don't think she has a work thing. I think she would have. She's like, she wouldn't have skipped a girls' trip. Yes, girls' trips are holy. Also, like, this is Lisa's like main job, so her not coming for a full cast, and they get paid per episode too.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's funny when we hear earlier in the show Heather being like, when she was breaking down everybody's feuds, being like, oh, why would you would think, why would all these women get together and go on a trip during this like tempestuous like time? And it's like, girl, because y'all get paid, of course.
Girl,
this is your
busy.
job. It's your job to go on these trips, and we love you for it.
Yes, thank you. So then Brittany is like, you're one to talk. And Whitney's like, what are you talking about? And Brittany's like, your business is getting dragged like crazy on social media. And that's when they pull up the screenshots of Whitney's MLM. getting accused of being an MLM scheme, getting outed on TikTok. I knew a little bit about this before the season, but now I'm like, okay, they're sharing the screenshots.
Okay.
So that's showing. And Whitney's like, you know nothing about my business. What about you? What do you do for work? How do you make money? Which I noticed Brittany doesn't answer.
Talks. Yeah, she doesn't answer. She never talks about work or a job or. So that's not a crazy
Irrelevant, obviously.
For our purposes of the show, it is irrelevant.
And then Whitney goes, "Is it sucking dick?" I feel crazy even saying that all on the podcast. Anyway, but that's what Whitney says.
That is what she says.
And then I do love Whitney's like, I'm on rock bottom, bitch, so don't mess with me. When I heard that, I was like, yummy. Because I'm like, I do not want to see the healed Whitney. No. I want to see the rock bottom Whitney.
Rock bottom Whitney, yeah. That's a strong Whitney. That's a take no shits Whitney. I want to see that.
And then Heather describes her as like a one-legged dog. Like, don't kick a one-legged dog while it's...
Don't kick a one-legged dog while it's down. I'm like, some would say a one-legged dog is always down. No way of getting up.
Exactly. Oh, this is when Brittany announces that her and Lisa are now great friends.
Oh, yeah.
And are sisters.
They're sisters. And is this when she says, like, oh, I know her and Meredith are close, but that doesn't mean, like, we can't be close.
And then there's like some screenshots, and then it's two selfies of them, but it's two selfies that they just took in, like, the same moment. Like, they're wearing the same, it's, like, the same moment, but I'm like...
From just, like, a couple of months of, like, before filming. Like,
okay, you've taken a selfie together, two in the same, 2-minute span.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so...
Sure, yeah, you're good.
I look forward to seeing how Brittany is claiming Lisa, or wait, backwards, how Lisa is claiming Brittany as a friend, because sometimes when Brittany opens her mouth, you're not going to bat for her immediately. So I don't know what kind of soldier Brittany's going to be for Lisa going forward. But she does immediately start sticking up for her, defending her. So that is the kind of friend that we would like.
And very strongly, we need to, like, emphasize, like, really goes to bat for Lisa. Again, a person that, as far as we know, she has one selfie with. Yeah. And has known just from, like, the beginning of filming. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's interesting.
So then we start arriving at the RV park.
Oh, and can I say one thing?
Yes.
Okay, while we're still in the RV. So it's rewinding a little bit from where, like, the girls first get there and they're trying to figure out, like, okay, where are we gonna sit? Because it does look pretty. It looks pretty tight. It looks pretty tight in there, and I could say that my dad lived in an RV. I could say that. But it's looking pretty small. It was a lot of them, and of course they're trying to film them, like, all in the same spot. And that's when we hear Bronwyn talk about how she's such a germaphobe, and, like, all these people around her and everyone breathing on her. It's just gonna be really tough for her. Which is, I'm like, germaphobe. That's interesting. You didn't seem like a germaphobe when your 10 dogs were shitting all over your house and leaving poop everywhere.
To the babies.
That's interesting. I guess that's fine, but someone breathing too close to you is a bit much. Got it.
Yeah, my take on that, I was like, so Bronwyn wears, wild fashion. I love her clothes. I love her style. It's super kooky. You would expect this, like, really creative, open-minded, free-spirited type of person would embody that type of wardrobe. And from Bronwyn, I instead get someone who's very calculated, very controlling, very maybe a germaphobe, just very in control, and is very, image, like just putting on air. She just really wants everyone to like her, and she wants to come off a certain way. Yeah. That's the impression that I get of her. So yeah, her being a germaphobe, I was like, of course you're also a germaphobe.
Of course you are. Yeah. Okay, so, I just wanted to say that. That was just interesting. But now
they are arriving at the RV park.
We are arriving at this RV park.
Oh my god.
Which looks like something out of, like, The Hills Have Eyes.
So,
a few things.
They have this aerial shot of the RV park, and I'm like, God, possibly in the summer or spring. It is beautiful.
Probably gorgeous. I wrote that in my notes too. I'm like, this is Utah. In the summer, this place is probably gorgeous.
But without any leaves,
Shrubbery,
it's a shrubbery, etc. There is no privacy between the lots. It looks barren. Also, what was cracking me up is they're like, oh my God, is that a school bus? Is that a railroad track? And okay, fun fact about the street I live on. I live next to a railroad track. Mm-hmm. I hear the train every day. I live next to a railroad track. On my dead end street that my house is on, there are 2 school buses that people live in. One, a very close friend of ours, and the other, like the young adult son of 2 parents. Like he's like 18 or 19 or 20, and he lives in the school bus in the back of the yard. So I'm like, oh, this literally is, in a way, resembles my community, my home. And they're just like, oh, and then they're like, is that a dumpster? I'm like, oh God, a dumpster.
Dumpster. They've never seen a dumpster before. Yeah. Did you feel like they were talking about your community, Allison?
I felt like they were coming from my home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, railroads can be fun.
They can be.
It brings a little character, a little personality to your street.
Some a little danger.
I will say, if I was going on a camping trip and I arrived here, though, it's just okay. So our friends that are way more camping girlies than us, mm-hmm. they do a very good job of finding campsites, and they'll show us pics. It's like they find this perfectly serene private campsite. You have your own private waterfall. You have this beautiful view, like incredible. Angie says while they're rolling in, she's like, "Oh, I only looked at the website. I thought it would be better. I make websites for a living." So I was like, I'm going to look at this website. And the website, because what I was wondering, I was like, does it look like someone like me made the website? Like I made their business look freakishly good, high class,
you did your job,
modern, visuals popping. Like it's just this beautiful website. And it actually, the RV part is way more modest than how the website, displays it as. And I looked at the website, I'm like, no, it's an okay website, and I feel like they pretty honestly depict the RV park. They're doing their thing. So Angie, I don't know what she was thinking here, but I also love them going back to basics with Salt Lake City, because in the seasons past, they have done some hangouts where they're literally just sitting in a parking lot with fold-out chairs, eating like Lunchables, or like at a picnic table. So that's one thing I love about this franchise, is that they don't take themselves too seriously, and if the producers are like, let's film, they're like, all right, we're ready.
They
wherever you need us.
Yeah.
Whereas like in New York City, they're taking helicopters to the Hamptons.
And they're only meeting up in like these fancy restaurants and cafes and bars and all this.
They're rolling up to the RV park. Yeah. So they get parked and they step out, and they're all wearing their like beautiful heels, their beautiful shoes, and I'm just like,
gorgeous.
No, not the shoes, and they're like stepping in the gravel.
Oh yeah, Mary's fully like, this isn't a campsite. We were in the trenches, and then so they're out of the RV, and Mary's fully like, where's there not dirt? They're looking at their patch of dirt, and they're like, where is there not dirt for me to step on? And I'm
it's
like,
not fair. It's not fair. So they start doing lunch, getting lunch set up, which is, it looks like a sandwich plate from Walmart. But at that point, I'd be hungry enough. I'd be like, okay, this is fine. So they set up lunch.
Which I will say, like, then we see the background, and the background is beautiful. Like, they are next to this, like, they're next to this river, those mountains behind them. And I'm like, okay, I do kind of see a vision here.
Yes. Yeah. But I'm looking at that bench. It's so cold. Yeah. Because we're Southern girlies. We go camping in the summer in South Georgia off of an island, and it is in the 90s. There's bugs. Oh, I don't mind. I'm like, it's literally fine. I can sweat it out. I can always just jump in the ocean. It's fine. Cold, though? being cold and you can't get warm. Like, I know that bench, they're just putting their little butts on those benches, and you just know it's freezing, and so many of them just have their bare hands up the whole time. Like, their hands are cold the entire day.
Oh yeah, and Brittany is probably still wearing her bikini.
Oh God, yes. But these, I mean, northern women are built tough.
That is true.
Tougher than me.
It's a different breed. This is
because none of them even mention how cold it is.
That's true.
They never even complain about it.
No, they talk about dirty. They talk dirty. They talk, I don't know about this, but no one mentions the cold. But
they're in like huge parkas, blankets the whole time. Like, if it was hot or warm at all, they wouldn't be wearing all that. So I just know it's so cold. So at lunch, Brittany goes ding 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 ding, which sent a shiver down my timber, because she's iconic for her announcements, which obviously I was wanting in the premiere from my Brittany.
Of course.
So she says, "Well, you guys know me as the video girl now." And they do a flashback to last season when she was recording the group, and Meredith was like, "You're recording us?
I've had enough of you!
You're a vile person!" So anyway, now Brittany's the video girl, and she has a little activity, and she brings out camcorders and starts passing them out to everybody, which I thought was actually really cute.
I really liked it. It was really, really sweet and so cute. And just the girls, of course, like immediately start like filming each other. Yes, spoiler alert, these women love being in front of a camera.
They're filming themselves while getting filmed. It's
also, yes, it is like a fascinating look because we see the camera people like around them. So that it really is this like fun, almost like meta moment where they are just like being silly. They are just like filming each other. But then we do see the background of these other people also filming themselves.
I mean, I sometimes wonder how big like the crew is for these hangouts, but anyway, they roll deep probably. Yes. But no, I thought it was really sweet. Obviously, probably the producers gave her, the camcorders and stuff, but I enjoyed it. So then, as lunch progresses, the bigger question, the question looming still, is Lisa not joining us? Yeah. Heather, this is when Heather makes her statement on, it is a statement that she's not coming, because we would have made it work for her. No, yes, there's probably a work thing. We could have done it on a different day, but she's making a statement. And this is when people start dropping the hints of why she might not be there, or what's been happening to Lisa in the last couple of months. So Whitney's just saying, "Oh, there's some stuff online, and there's a lot out there."
There's a lot. She just keeps saying there's a lot out there. And then Bronwyn chimes in.
Yes.
With also, like, having seen some stuff.
Yes. And Meredith, I feel like, it's like, remember when she talked to us a few days ago and said it was all situated? Almost like, girls, we don't have to talk about this. Zip it.
Yeah, I mean, Meredith was stone cold. It's like, I mean, she's already stone cold. Like, her face doesn't move at all. But I did feel like in this moment, she was even more like, because she was a lawyer, right? So I do feel like she was getting into her, like, lawyer mode at this point with them talking about it, and her just being so, like, exactly, just like, "Oh, she said it was situated. She said it was situated.
It's all good. It's all good."
And then them kept going, and she just being very quiet, very, almost like, I mean, she's taking it in to bring it back to Lisa.
Oh,
we know
yes. Oh,
yes.
no.
Her mind is a camcorder, and she's recording it and bringing it back to Lisa.
Yeah, Meredith is just a computer downloading for Lisa. So, Bronwyn says there are multiple issues going on with Lisa, and some of them are not done yet. And that's when the lawsuit of it all comes up. So,
bam, 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 bam.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've listened to some of the deep dives on Lisa's lawsuits. So from my understanding, all 5 of the lawsuits typically revolve around the fact of Lisa and John are allegedly not paying back loans that they received for Vita Tequila or other businesses. And the way that the lawsuits are is that essentially these investors, these people that have loaned the money, have said, "Okay, time to pay up," and they don't. I say, really, it's time to pay up. They don't really. I mean, I think these lawsuits were a long time coming, because a lot of these investors seem to be personal friends of hers that had loaned her money pretty flexibly and freely over multi-year spans. So several of these lawsuits, so have been in what they believe, like the lifetime of Lisa Barlow and John and Vida Tequila and all of that. There have been a total of 5 lawsuits. I believe only one is still active. The rest have like been settled or ended. Like they've never fully gone to court. I think they settle out of court and they do end up paying the money. And anyway, they figure it out. The one that is still outstanding is with this guy named Bart Carlson, who I think is like a property developer, and he has been loaning Lisa money since 2010, and like for a sum total of over $410,000. There's all this weird stuff about like her like Amex that she used for like personal expenses was like tied to his credit line that he would cover, and that and this is me like summarizing from like another podcast that I listened to, so I might have some details wrong, of course, but also that Lisa would ask for money for Bart Carlson, but then specifically ask for John Barlow not to know about it because she didn't want John to know about essentially that Vida Tequila didn't have the 2 legs to stand on, like they needed like these investments and stuff. And anyway, it's like it's gone on for several years. It's amassed a lot of money. There's a lot of like personal digging at each other, and so that is the lawsuit that is still going. But essentially what these lawsuits reveal to me is that Lisa, like many of the other housewives, is always showing this flashy lifestyle, bragging about her Gucci and her 911 car. I don't know what a 911 car is, but like the Lambo, the Porsche, everything. My $60,000 ring, my $60,000. It was 60 G's.
So sentimental.
And like many of these women, their life is gilded. It's like it's gold on the shell, and then when you start chipping at it, what's underneath? So to me, this is when they start talking about like what sits like wrong with the cast members about these lawsuits. And what Bronwyn is upset about is that because Lisa has come for them on their finances, their businesses, what their husbands are up to, and now they see that it's like she has some skeletons in her closet and she has some problems that she may want to do some fixing on. So that's Bronwyn's point of view. And that's why I think it's going to be a Bronwyn versus Lisa bloodbath.
Bronwyn versus Barlow.
Yes, this season. So it's funny. Heather is like, what?
What? What do you mean? Where did you hear this? Where did you hear this? I didn't see this. Y'all saw this? I didn't see this.
Are you Googling this? Really? Are you requesting these court records? Oh my God,
Heather. Oh yeah, and that's when Bronwyn says like it was in the Salt Lake Tribune, which I love the name of a newspaper being brought up. It just feels like so old timey drama to me. I love that. And
did you read the paper?
Did you not read the paper? It was all over the news. So it's like, is this the Gilded? He's like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, did you read the gossip rag? So.
Oh, and then Angie does like she's like of course Heather's like, did you see it? And Angie's like, Heather, of course I saw it. It is everywhere. And then Angie's talking head being like, everyone saw it. I think even Stevie Wonder saw it.
Yeah. So it's out. It's kind of silly that Heather is claiming she hasn't seen it. I feel like it's strategy for her to like almost make Bronwyn look like she's obsessed with Barlow, that she's like becoming a detective of sorts and almost trying to make Bronwyn look crazy. But I knew about it. We knew about it. Everybody knew about it.
We're nowhere near Utah. We're in our own small town.
Yeah, these aren't our own. These aren't our own best friends, and we still knew about it. I also feel like it reminded me of when Jen Shaw was getting arrested, and Heather was so naive to the whole process. She was like, no, they're not arresting her. They're worried about her and they want to help her. When they talked to me, they said they're looking for Jen Shah because they want to help her. So I don't think she's getting arrested. Should I call her? Should I text her? You know, so I think it's like a mix of her being, I don't think she's innocent in this case. Honestly, I don't.
I know. I wonder what the psychology is behind that, because wowza, Heather, for all of her like main character energy in the past and her whole like, oh, I'm just like an underdog, digging myself up, and you know, single mom, having my own business, all this stuff. But like, Heather loves a mean girl. She loves attaching herself to a mean girl. She was originally with like, she was Jen Shah's right hand woman, and exactly just like was stand by her blindly no matter what, even after she punched her in the face. Sorry, spoiler for those who haven't seen, but I mean, it's been enough time. I will never forget that. I mean, and she's still, for a while after that, was still on her side. And now it feels like it's happening again.
Yeah, the script. I felt like I heard some of the same scripts, like Heather being like, you know, I've put a lot of work into my friendship with Lisa, and my gut instinct is telling me to defend her, and at all costs, and what would I want a friend to do for me? Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay,
which I understand, Heather. That's a beautiful thought. I understand. Lisa would not do that for you.
And a lot of the like Reddit chatter that I'm reading too is that, you know, we're gonna be getting, you know, seeing a peek behind, you know, the Lisa curtain, because she does put on this like facade that her life is perfect, mm-hmm. everything's bling, everything's gold, everything's shiny, everything's hunky dory. Mm-hmm. But also people are saying that, you know, because we saw that hot mic moment with her. Yes, I think it was season 2. God, season 2 is crazy. Yeah. But of her just going on a private rampage about Meredith. Watch that episode.
Please go and
read
watch
that script. It is jaw-dropping what she says. It is really character tarnishing stuff, and it's like, oh, that's the real Lisa. That's the Lisa off the cameras. So I feel like she might have dirt on other people. I mean, and that's why people are aligning with her.
Because also exactly what you just said, like that whole like hot mic moment. So much of it was about Meredith. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was all about Meredith.
Is still one of her closest allies, if not.
But you sometimes wonder, it's like, what does Lisa have on Meredith to keep Meredith in line? To keep
her there on such a short leash.
So this is when Angie says, does this remind you of, you might say it's similar to what Jen Shah did.
And that is like the detonator on Heather.
Heather gives her this glare that's like, you just said that on camera.
Yeah. It's like those, she did like the lizard eyeballs, so it's like, she like turned and saw red. And truly saw red. It was like, it was wild to watch. It just like, she completely turned and just like go nuclear on Angie.
Angie also immediately retracts.
She did immediately.
Apologizes.
That is true.
So, Nina, what do you think? Does this in the Lisa Barlow lawsuit of it all, does it ring like Jen Shah?
It does not. I mean, Jen Shah was defrauding elderly people. It's truly like heinous stuff. From what I understand with Lisa's thing, I mean, by all means, it's not good. I don't support her just like not paying these people back. But she's pretty much doing what every single, I feel like so many rich people do, which is just asking for money.
Borrowing money. Not really having like liquid funds that you would maybe expect of someone of those means, but also it's like what we see of their means is like examples of them spending their money all the time. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they probably don't have that much liquid cash because they're going to Louis Vuitton and buying $6,000 bags every couple weeks or something. No, I totally agree with you, Nina. Jen did something very different. She defrauded vulnerable people, elderly people, and it appears that Lisa is taking money from likely rich investors. And what I feel like is similar, and I've already mentioned this before, is that Jen Shah was obsessed with living a lavish lifestyle. Jen Shah was obsessed with like putting on this image, and it turns out it's not as real as you think it is. And so I feel like that's similar, but when I would say in the crime litigation. As smart and official as Nina and I are, I don't think she's the same as Jen Shaw.
Well, yeah, and the few times I like Meredith pipes in, I mean, just through like her talking head, which is that exactly like the federal, like the government, Utah isn't coming for Lisa. The United States is not coming for Lisa, and I'm like, yeah, agreed. Like this is
yet.
Yeah.
I don't know, because that's when Heather says, "Oh gosh, we've said the name Jen Shaw, we've unearthed her spirit." Maybe Meredith also unearthed the spirit of the United States government, and it's coming for Lisa now. But anyway, I made a note. The spirit was unearthed.
Oh yeah.
So
Spooky. Heather's
come back to Angie saying that. I was like, well, no, sure. So Bronwyn is still going on about Lisa, and Heather says, I'm not just going to believe you when you got red-handed lying about a $4 million necklace.
Yes.
So I got a little confused when I was watching the show, because essentially Bronwyn's like, yes, I lied. And I lied about buying the necklace and having the necklace, and I was cheeky at the reunion and not really being upfront, and
I shouldn't have said it that way.
I shouldn't have said it that way.
It's like, you mean lie? Like,
I'm like, and I was doing some rewind, and I'm like, oh, I think I know why they're still annoyed about it, because, oh God, this necklace. I have so many opinions on this necklace. Like, I went in my notes on a rant on the necklace. First off, a $4 million necklace, that's gross. That's gross. Disgusting.
That shouldn't exist.
That shouldn't exist, because if I knew, if her husband Todd had actually bought her that $4 million necklace, Bronwyn, you'd be on the evil column of that alignment chart.
Yes.
For forever. You'd cement your spot there. Mm-hmm. Because spending $4 million on a necklace like that. Also, it's like, it's not even that interesting of a necklace.
It's not. It looks like a tennis necklace.
It's just like a tennis necklace, or it's like a pearl necklace, but it's just diamond. There is no like design to it. It's just the same kind of diamond over and over again. And so when she on the reunion said she didn't buy it, I was like, thank fucking God. But she said, but I did, because Lisa's like, oh, the jeweler says you haven't bought anything. She's texting me, you haven't bought anything. And Bronwyn says, oh, we got a smaller version of the necklace made, and we also bought a pair of hoops. And Lisa goes, that's a lie. They said you didn't get the necklace. You didn't buy anything. You didn't buy the necklace, and you returned the hoops. And Bronwyn's like, you're a lie. You're a lie. You're a lie. What I think it is, she really didn't buy anything. Yeah. And they did return the hoops, which makes me I really sat with that, and I'm like, Bronwyn, because Bronwyn's smart. She's witty. I think she is quite a contender for Lisa, and I think she has a lot of charm and can woo people, but I'm like, wow, she made that $4 million necklace like a big plot point of that anniversary with her husband. She was trying so hard to make it look like they really bought that $4 million necklace. She even admitted today part of the lie is that she wanted to get a dupe version of it that would trick them into thinking she still bought it. And I'm like, ooh, you're playing a game, Bronwyn, that anyway, her like being fan favorite, so like I feel like she did a very good job of brushing off this necklace moment, doing an apology. But anyway, I got my hairy eyeball on you, girl.
Oh yeah, there's strategy.
Yeah,
there is strategy going on inside the little bob.
So this is when we get to
the necklace.
The necklace. That's in my little screenshot slides. So this is when we start getting some of the Lisa flashback takedown. It's like, you want the evidence? Here you go.
There you go, yeah.
So we've got Lisa saying, you didn't purchase a thing. You can see some of these, Nina.
Well, yeah, we're going like, I love this like vintage Barlow, the one on the top left. In like the denim jacket, where because I forgot it was like her and Heather actually went to like university together.
They knew each other from college days.
which tracks so much. Like that Heather, of course, is like still obsessed with her, like still obsessed with like the college like cool girl. And apparently, and of course, Lisa is just like talking shit on Heather, saying that she's like she was a good time girl. I think it says in the caption. I think she was girl. Like undercode what, and then she makes a gesture of like putting her like taking her top off.
Yeah, she puts out anyway later claims it's different, but saying that you know Sean does circle jerks, which is Angie's husband. She talks about Mary's church, where one of the members you know lost all the money he had because he mortgaged his house and gave her $300,000.
I know, interesting. Her talking about someone giving someone else a ton of money. Very interesting. Very interesting.
But I just feel like it's like building this case of like she has dirt on all of us, and she is always planting seeds on like.
Oh yeah, because even like that middle one where she's wearing the helmet. Yeah, like no, I don't pop pills, bitch. You do. She's talking about Meredith.
Yeah. And so I'm like, oof, the witch hunt begins. And it's so crazy, this whole episode of like Lisa's voice like not even being there, and it's like we're getting all these flashbacks. It's like I'm just getting a good old reminder of Lisa Barlow's tricks. So this is when Bronwyn starts saying, I'm not saying she's a liar. I'm not saying she owes money. I'm not saying she stole. I'm not saying she's a fraud. But she's saying
Bron,
she's
come on.
Saying the
yes,
words
you
out
are.
loud. It's like
you are.
It's like you say the word like don't think of elephants. Now you're thinking of elephants.
Exactly.
And Heather clocks it immediately. Yes. She's like, you're just putting it out into the universe, and then you're trying to backtrack. And Bron's just like, really? No, I'm not.
No, me? Huh? Girl, we see you.
So girl, yeah.
We see
it's pretty transparent. And this is when Brittany starts her other announcement.
The announcement we were all really waiting. I was waiting for this.
Wait, did you already know?
No. But I figured it had something to do with this slime ball of a human being.
My God, yes. So she's like, so Jared and I got engaged. Crickets.
No one says anything.
Silence.
No one even smiles.
And then you get this video of him being like, this gorgeous woman's gonna change your last name. I'm like, oh God.
So gross. So I mean, the two of them look blasted. It's like, was this taken at 4 a.m. after like a bender?
Oh yeah, probably.
Ay.
I mean, she's got a ring. She's flashing up to the camera, and then Brittany, next sentence of the toast, and then 2 weeks later we got unengaged. So. And I just feel for her. So she explains that it's because her family's not on board. Her kids aren't on board. I'm like, oh God, these poor kids, you know. And they're wanting to wait now to get engaged until their family is on board. So I'm just imagining Jared Osmond is now like lingering and lurking around her family, trying to like get him on his good side. And it's like, oh God, like I don't like you now. I'm not gonna like you in the future. You almost would want to just give your mom the blessing to just move. I don't want that man in my house.
I know, and I don't want that man in like a house with like teenage, like right, because she have girls.
Yes,
she has 2 girls, right? Yeah, I don't want that man in my house. And so now it's
like, is he? I just feel like they're gonna be putting on the charm offensive to their families to try to like make it work, and I just feel for them, because that also sounds exhausting to just try to be charmed by this guy. So blessings and love and light to her kids. Truly. And like during this whole time, Mary's like, oh Lord help me.
Oh Lord have mercy.
She's like, oh God, what now? And Whitney shares that he does not appear single when they go to the gym together, because I guess they go to Lifetime Fitness.
I saw that. I looked it up because I didn't know what that. Okay, did you know what that was? Lifetime Fitness, or?
Well, I just knew by her calling it Lifetime Cafe, because I then like Googled like Lifetime Cafe, and it's like all these cafe locations and Lifetime Fitnesses. So
yes, I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I looked it up too, because I'm like, Lifetime, what the heck is this? And then yeah, it's essentially like a luxury gym / like health club, country club.
Lifetime Fitness isn't a luxury gym.
It's not?
No,
that's the way it was like. That's the way it was worded on their website.
No, I think a Lifetime Fitness is like, it's like a chain. Like they're I think.
Oh
there's
no,
like,
there is a chain. I know. I saw the closest one is it's very close.
Yeah, yeah. So
Like an hour away.
they're probably wording it like it's. I'm like, it actually kind of cracked me up that Whitney and Jared go to the Lifetime Fitness.
Okay, well I'll say this.
Utah.
I'll say this, Allison. Then their website person did good. Because I was checking out their website. I was checking out the Lifetime website because I was curious. I'm like, what is this? And I was like, ooh, this looks.
I mean, hey, I haven't
fancy.
been to Lifetime Fitness, so I I guess I really like my gym.
No, you've got the best gym.
So yeah, but no, I believe Jared is not seeming, in a relationship. He's probably very much seeming single at the gym.
Oh, 100%.
So this is when Angie presents the activities for the afternoon.
Yes.
Oh my God. Kayaking.
In the winter.
In the winter, in the cold water.
Yes.
Or fly fishing, where you're
also,
standing.
You're in the water. You're standing in the
cold water.
Yeah.
Yes. No. So, okay. So if you're presented like those options, what would you do?
Okay, that's really tough for me because again, like the winter is really like ruining it all for me. But I might choose fly fishing because some Nina lore for all of our fans out there. My family who's listening, they already know this story. So I just have this like, I have the story of like growing up in South Florida. We lived right next to the Everglades. So the Everglades was our backyard. And I remember one time my dad surprised my sister and I with these cute little like kid fishing rods. And he's like, we used our dog's like kibble food as to put on the hooks to try and like. And he's like, oh, let's go fishing like in the Everglades in our backyard and catch some fish. Don't know where this idea came from, but of course we were like, oh my gosh, how much fun! Let's do this. And we're back there with like a little fishing rods. And Allison, I catch a fish.
What?
I catch a for real live fish that's flopping around.
Oh my God.
And my dad is so proud. My dad is so excited. And he's like, oh my gosh, like that's so cool. Okay, stay right there. I'm gonna run inside. I'm gonna get the camera. I'm gonna get the camera. You just wait right there. Like I'll be right back. And of course I'm like, oh my God, yeah, of course. And this fish is flopping around, and I'm starting to feel bad for it. So I'm like, oh gosh, it's like, oh, it needs some water. It's like, it's losing. I don't know what. Like,
yeah, it needs CPR.
It needs CPR. What? Exactly. It needs some CPR. So what do? I like dip it a little bit in the water. I'm like, oh, it just needs a little bit of water.
Oh, just a little drink.
It's just a little drink.
Breath.
Just a little puff of H2O to keep it going. And of course, the second I dip it back into the water, this hardy Everglades fish just like ripped, because the hook was through its mouth, by the way. It was like through its cheek. It rips itself out of the hook and swims away.
Oh.
And that's when my dad comes back with the camera in tow. He's like, oh, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to take a photo. And I had to tell him that the fish was gone. So, fish 1, Nina 0. So I would like to even out that score a little bit. So that is my trauma.
Well, the reason why I wouldn't want to go kayaking is also because of a fish.
Oh, you've got to. You've got to tell that story.
So I went tubing down a river once with Nina and some friends and stuff. And we're going tubing. And I'm just like, la, 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 floating along. And out of nowhere, a live fish, like it was
big fish,
big. It was like a foot long.
Yes,
just flops. It just flies itself into my inner tube, into my lap, into like pretty much my bikini, and I immediately just like become undone. I like flop out of my tube. I'm like going down the river. I'm freaking out. I'm screaming, and everyone's like, oh my God, a fish! The way that just rattled my spirit. I just was on edge for the rest of the time.
You were not the same the rest of the...
No, I was just like quietly just like,
down.
oh my... And I just feel like that on the river. There's just something like uneasy. You're not in control. I just feel like I'm going to flip or run into the bank. So no, I would not be kayaking. Also, just in the winter like that, if you did fall in, you're in the icy cold water.
I know. I think I feel like... with fly fishing, it's like, yeah, you're in the water, it's freezing, but at least you're like, okay, I'm in the water. It's
standing on two legs.
Like, at least you're like, okay, I'm in it. Exactly. With kayaking, like, if you fell in, or like, like a wet or like those, like if there were rapids and the rapids got heavy, like I would just feel like so much more uncomfortable.
Because the last time we went kayaking was in the Florida Springs earlier this year, and it was full of alligators, and everyone was chilling out. It was also full of manatees, and that was really sweet because it's the springs and it's very clear water, so we got to see the manatees. But the whole time I was like, if my hand, if my foot even enters this water,
it's gonna be gone.
Alligators.
Yeah,
anyway, no to the kayaking. Hell no to the kayaking. So Heather, Bronwyn, and Whitney decided to go kayaking, and Heather and Bronwyn share a kayak together.
Yes, which was so good. I liked Whitney being
okay,
the instigator of that.
I'm gonna parent trap you.
Yeah, it's like you two should be in the kayak. I'm like, that's good, Whitney.
Yeah, and Bronwyn pretty much says it's easy to be friends with Heather when she's sitting behind her, second paddle, no eye contact. And it's funny, later in the episode they like kind of describe it as this like bonding moment. Maybe it was on what we saw on the show, at least, is that it just seemed like they kayaked together, and then Heather was like, oh, let's enjoy this.
Yeah, and they did it. So, I don't know, looking around,
I just don't think there was some kind of crazy breakthrough. I think what Heather thinks of Bronwyn is I don't think anything's changed.
I don't think anything's changed.
But Angie was like, look, they're close now. I don't really know about that.
No.
And then for the fly fishing,
we've got Meredith, Angie, and Brittany, and Mary.
Yes. So this scene was so funny to me. We could have stayed fly fishing with these four for a long time.
For a long time. It was very
So
fun.
Meredith is like, you go like a rainbow? Like that? Oh.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm getting a rainbow.
We're going to work on our impersonation voices, but it's like, I'm a good rainbow thrower. And then, Angie's remarking how it's so beautiful in nature and quiet. And Britannia's just going, Angie,
look, Angie.
Okay, so I have a bone to pick with these fishermen guys, because they're like, so Meredith asks,
oh yeah,
so how long does it take to catch a fish? The fishermen are like,
come on,
$1 million question right there. And Meredith's like, is it 5 minutes, 5 hours? Their response, we don't call it fishing. Or it's not catching, we call it fishing. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, thank you, experts. Level me here. You don't say, I fished a fish. I want to fish a fish tonight. I fished a fish last night. You say, I caught a fish. I want to catch a fish. Like, I think that's a valid question. 5 minutes, 5 hours. Like, how the hell long am I going to be here? No. And then with Mary.
Oh, Mary.
So I don't fish that often, but I feel like she made a valid point of like, oh, when I catch it, I just want to release it. But I guess Mary was like worried that when they catch the fish, it's like choked and it needs to be resuscitated or it'll die. But to my understanding, like Nina's story, you just throw it back in the water. So it's funny because Mary thinks you need to perform CPR on a fish, because I'm like, what it doesn't need air. Like the fish does not need CPR because it doesn't want air, it wants water. It breathes in water. And
the fisherman says something to that, right? She's like,
he says you can't bring a fish back from the dead.
Oh yeah, we can't bring it back from the dead.
He's not a believer. He's not a believer in Mary.
I mean, I wish...
If there was someone that could bring a fish back from the dead, it's Mary.
That is true. She probably has brought people, back to life. She probably has, the touch.
Yeah.
So, close to her, she's like, of course she'll bring fish back to life.
What the hell, Dusty, whatever your name is.
That went back and forth so... Gusty? It's Dusty. Gusty?
Dusty.
So Gusty will tell you what to do.
I am loving this vegetarian vegan version of Mary, because she's got her veggie burgers with her. She's trying to do CPR to a fish. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I just love it. So they do these 2 awful activities. I'm also thinking like they probably just filmed this scene for about 10 minutes and then they're like, let's get out of the water.
Let's get out.
Because they didn't show them like catching any fish. There was no like action
these scenes
shot.
were very short. The kayaking and this.
It's like, I think they probably just went around down a single bend of the river and they're like, okay, and get us out of here. So then we land on a really like weird random scene of Heather trying to get the like RV guy to explain a ghost story.
Okay, so that's the RV guy?
Well, he's like a tour guy. He's the one that got them in their kayaks.
Oh,
but I just loved his sweatshirt.
I do lots of good
It said just here for the hookups. Am I right or am I right? It's referring to like, I don't know, RV camping hookups, but it's like he's just here for the hookups, man. I'm like, all right, my kind of guy. So anyway, Heather keeps talking about this ghost story that I'm kind of like
Molly Sorensen.
I'm kind of like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about this ghost story. It just didn't seem that scary. Anyway,
it's fake. I did look it up. I was like, ooh, Molly Sorensen, a ghost story. Like, let me look this up. There's nothing.
There's nothing.
We're gonna see.
She brings it like later in the show, like 3 more times. Anyway, so I just screenshotted this because I love that guy's sweatshirt.
But she's got the camcorder up and is asking him about the legend of Molly Sorensen, a fundamentalist woman who's like pretty much like a buzzkill square who just like I guess captures people that are
making
out, looking up, and captures them. We never see them again. So she sounds like a loser to me.
She's not one of the girls. Mm-mm. So then we transition to nighttime. They return to the RV. They're getting the fire going.
Oh, they're taking bumps of caviar.
Which at that point, I was like, why is Meredith trying to make caviar her personality? Turns out she has her own caviar line. I looked that up. So
which
that's
like
why.
A can is like $90, $95.
I have some friends that love caviar. Yeah. Teach their own. I don't really get it. It's not for me. It's just very expensive and it kind of just tastes a little salty. I haven't had my awakening caviar experience, and I feel like the people who are very into caviar kind of try to make their personalities caviar personalities. But in retrospect to how the dinner does go, Meredith was a saint.
Yeah.
For bringing the caviar and giving
anything for bringing anything for them to snack on. Yeah.
Bringing a little bit of luxury, a little bit of class.
A little something.
So, oh God, the dinner.
It's bleak, y'all. It's really, really
Angie,
bleak.
you effed up.
Yeah.
I am not gonna forget what you did at this dinner. Because she first goes by saying, oh, the food's on the table, everyone's going to make their own dinner. What?
And then Mary, boo!
Boo!
I'm like, no. Agreed.
Agreed. Because when she's hosting this trip, I would have loved to have seen her actually cook and prepare a sweet meal for everybody. Because when we go camping, each person is assigned their own night. And the treat is that you cook for everyone. Everyone doesn't lift a finger. You do all the cooking so that those people can relax, and then the next night someone else cooks so that you can just totally relax, and it's only put on one person. So anyway, then they start hauling the food in, and Heather's talking about how she's going to make the hot dogs, but there's no hot dog buns.
There's no hot dog buns.
There is whole wheat bread, there's hamburger buns, and there's bagels. There's no hot dog buns for the hot dogs.
There's no condiments.
That's the worst.
Oh, and asparagus.
Yes, there's
asparagus.
Like a 5-pound bag of asparagus with no way to cook it.
Yeah.
And Mary's got these Boca burgers that I feel like because it's a vegetarian burger, you could probably just cook it over the fire because they're like, oh, it's raw. But I'm like, how can a vegan thing be raw?
Yeah,
I don't know. But it's awful. It's tragic. They just start Mary's just raw dogging a plain bagel. They're breaking up the bagels in half and putting the hot dogs in there. Angie's just shoving hot dogs off the skewer down her throat. So I feel like this is the kind of camping trip where you just start drinking. A lot.
I will say that it did feel like this camping trip was packed by Ozempic. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, that's really
yeah,
good point.
it feels
They don't
very
eat that
much like, of course she doesn't know what food to bring, because like, well, yeah, when people don't eat food, I feel like they're literally just like, and this, what about this? Like, that was kind of like the vibe it was giving me. Yeah, it's still criminal. It's still absolutely criminal. Because when we go
camping, we put together the best meals.
The best meals, y'all.
And when we go camping too, we haul it in on our own backs, on our own bikes. We're on a remote island. We don't have an RV. We don't have a car.
We don't have a fridge.
We don't have a fridge for a whole week.
Yeah.
And we're eating a
good.
lot better than these women.
Yeah, we're eating good.
So this is when Angie brings up,
I wonder what does she bring up, Allison?
Are we having such a great time because Lisa isn't here and we can be ourselves? Heather, that's when she does another like lizard glare eye.
Yes.
And Heather's like, that's a shitty thing to say, Ange. Because she claims that like her stuff with Lisa has, you know, nothing, or her stuff with Bronwyn has nothing to do with Lisa. She is herself around Lisa. And Heather's like, wait, who else has an issue besides Bronwyn? Who else has an issue with Lisa? And Whitney's like, hello, me.
Yeah.
She brings up that like tweet or whatever that Angie sent like the day after the reunion about how, oh my God, who cares if you return your clothes or not? But it was one of those tweets about like, I don't return my clothes. Whitney's a liar.
Yeah.
It's like,
she called me a liar. It's like, okay, like this is what we're
so
upset about.
Whitney's still annoyed about it, and then Brittany does her very awkward intrusion
that's
again.
Right, switching the focus
out of nowhere. She's like, well, I think that's hypocritical because I have a question. Why would you say something so horrific, so crass? I can say it myself. And she's like really smiling. She's like kind of giggling. She's like, I can't even say it, that I do Jared for money. It just comes off so weird.
It really does. Like, I almost like missed it. I feel like I had to rewind because I'm like, wait, what?
You do what for what? No, she's talking about the S and the D comment. Yeah, her delivery is so weird, and everyone's just like, eye roll, like, kill me now. Oh my God, Brittany's talking. And she says something that I thought was so funny. She's like, oh, she didn't say about having sex. She was talking about sucking dick.
Just in case. And I'm like, oh, got it. I have to admit, that's when I was like, got it. She's
got it
now,
I remember.
I remember that. Got it.
So when he's like, I said that because you came for my business. And Brittany's like, you said that out of the blue. And then, you know, Brittany's like, I was defending Lisa. And that's when Whitney comes out about
her business. And her business failing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, really open about
that. So, yeah, she's open about it. She frames it in the context of, like, I'm not dealing with a lawsuit. There's no legal turmoil. It just failed. I feel like she's just getting out in front of it. So there's no, like, other rumors. She's just being honest. And honestly, the honesty was refreshing.
It was really
with
refreshing.
These women always trying. It's like Jen Shaw for a season and a half claiming that she was innocent when she did end up pleading guilty to her crimes. And then I'm sure Lisa is going to be going on and on about how she's innocent about everything. It just felt good to hear from Whitney, like, I ran a business and it flopped. Yeah. I am curious to learn more about how it flopped. So I was reading a little bit on Reddit, and it sounded like at some point last year, Wild Rose Beauty got like quietly shut down. And on the website, everything just said sold out. They stopped posting on Instagram. And then that got like kind of absorbed by a new business, Soul People. And that was very much in like the MLM talk about how they would like sell digital courses and like vague health powders, and then some of Whitney's facial skincare line. But it's interesting because the podcast I listened to, they were talking about the Soul People's website and how it was like, join and become a member and start selling for us, and here's all these digital courses about being essentially a girl boss. But now if you go to the Soul People website, that's all been scrubbed. And so, and then I was going on Whitney's Instagram accounts, like for Wild Rose Beauty and Prism and stuff, and they're still like active-ish, and they still have a website that you can buy things from, but when she posts, it's like it gets like 0 likes.
Wow.
Or like 3 or 30, but you know,
Nice.
it's
bleak.
I think if it looks like the businesses are running, I think they're running in a very diminished capacity. And you know, and she talks about how like losing millions because of everything that her and Justin invested.
Yes, I mean, the way she words is that they have nothing now.
Yeah,
so
thousands of customers. You know, she had to fire 30 people. Brittany says she's sorry and goes to hug.
Oh my gosh, she
Whitney.
goes in for a hug, and Whitney's fully like, I'm not ready
for a hug. And, you know, the other women actually do rally around her. There's many a girl boss sitting in that circle. So, you know, Heather talks about how there were businesses before, Beauty Lab and Laser, that failed, how it is really hard to run a business from Angie's perspective. Anyway, Bronwyn said some nice things. So, yeah, I think overall, yeah, I'm just kind of interested to see, like, Whitney's arc this season. Because, you know, I'm on rock bottom, bitch. She's a one-legged dog.
She's a one-legged dog.
And I love one-legged dogs.
Yeah, I love an underdog. Let's see how you do.
So, and then like as Brittany, when she like denies the hug from Brittany, Brittany's like, well, I still want to apologize for the dick sucking comment.
Oh my god, and just, again, just like her Brittany's timing. Best timing, worst timing. I mean, it's all like, everyone's like exactly like, you know, gathering around Whitney, which I don't know if we've ever like really seen. It was this very sweet moment, and exactly, she's like, well, I still want
and
an
that's when
apology.
Angie is like, Brittany, you're coming in hot. Like, you're coming in hot this season. You've been coming in hot all day. Like, girl, what's your problem? And Brittany, I think, very valid statement, says that she feels like a punching bag and she wants to stand up for herself. And then she brings up that Meredith and her were really good friends until she turned on her like a dime. And Meredith is like,
fully like, we are not friends.
we're not friends. She's like, how many times have I picked up the phone and called you? Once? Brittany's like, twice. I feel for her. So it sounds like they had a long lunch and they've had a few phone calls. And Brittany was like, oh my God, we're on the path to a great friendship. And Meredith is like, who are you?
Who are you? What?
What? And I don't know. I don't know what Meredith's vibe is this season, because she was kind of playing it low key a lot this episode, and then she just is like, I find you to be absolutely uninteresting to Brittany. And I'm like, okay, like, Brittany is the weakest link. You do see her as a punching bag, and
we'll talk about soldiers. She's got no soldiers. She's got nobody.
Yeah, so it's like,
behind her. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm kind of like, Meredith, give me a little something, because you calling Brittany absolutely uninteresting isn't true.
And that's not true. Yeah,
I've had a lot of things to say about her today.
Yeah, Brittany has Brittany's a lot of things, but she's not uninteresting.
So that was Meredith's moment of the episode, I guess. And then Heather's like, oh, let's get up. And I'm like, I don't even know what. Heather's really just trying. She's really trying hard on this ghost story shtick. And she's like, let's start walking around in the dark and looking for the ghosts. I think if they were actually like out in the wilderness, not being filmed, only had camcorders, I think this could actually get scary pretty quickly. Like being out just like in the darkness, stick cracks, you know, little hoot hoot from an owl. Oh, what was that? But you know, they're like surrounded by a whole filming camera. There's like, also this RV park is full of other RVs.
People.
There's like houses, establishments. There's so much light.
Like, it didn't look wooded.
No, there's so much light pollution there. It's like, okay. And then I just love them like walking on a train track, because it's like, I walk on train tracks all the time myself. I be walking that train track all the time, going to my coffee shop, going to my office. I be like these women. So yeah, then there's just some like Blair Witch style, like, oh, where are we then?
I don't want to get out of here. Yeah,
I don't know.
Like, okay, because we know it's like, I don't think it's really gonna go anywhere. It's just gonna be like silly. Like, it's fun. I'm having fun watching it. I love the callback.
I love the, you know, the Meredith. Like,
You're not a safe space. So
her
good.
face just in the camera. And Meredith's being like, can I go home? I don't even have any reception here. And if I had to actually sleep on that RV and I was an hour away from home, I'd be like to the producers, like, I don't care when shooting is tomorrow, but like, I'd be like, calling my husband, like, pick me up.
Pick me up and.
No, I would want to be in
Yeah.
my warm bed at home with like a real meal in my belly.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what they do the following day. Is this a 2-day cast trip? But yeah, overall, that's where we leave the first
episode of season 6, and I'm really excited. There's a lot of lots of seeds being planted, lots of strategy.
I am excited to see Lisa enter the picture tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm also excited to just see their like Salt Lake City life, like how are their businesses doing, how are their marriages doing, what are their how are the kids, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, we'll have to tune in next week to see that. And okay, so that is a wrap on season 6, episode 1 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have now launched our Instagram account at chaoticgood.pod. So if you're not following us there, you can follow us there. Please rate us 5 stars, please, on Spotify. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. All these ways to support us. We're gonna be coming out with lots of fun updates, and then also next week we're gonna also be covering Survivor season 49.
We are gonna start covering Survivor.
So yeah, stay tuned, and it's just too chaotic good.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Woo! That was long. Well, we had a lot of breaks.